Okay, let's start the session. So, salam sejahtera dan selamat pagi kepada semua peserta di Bilik Maya 3. Sekali lagi kita berkumpul di sini untuk meneruskan simposium mewawaskan semula masa depan kerja dalam era disruptif dan tidak terjangka. So, thank you for still staying intact with us. Saya rasa ada sedikit perubahan. We dah gabungkan dua kumpulan menjadi satu. So, saya ada tambahan participants dalam grup ni. So, initial stage saya ingatkan just we'll skip the introduction because we already know each other on from the morning session. Tapi rasanya saya tak boleh skip at this moment. Kita go a very quick one of introduction of every participants. But before that, let me introduce myself. I am Durga, pegawai tadbir daripada IPPTN yang akan menjadi facilitator untuk sesi ini. And we also have Cik Husna, who is the rapporteur for this session. Okay, so let me just start with one round. Maybe we'll go with one Cik Atika. Can you introduce yourself? Perhaps before that, could you all just it will be good if you can able to switch on your camera so that we'll have a more productive session. Thank you. So let me start with Sheikh Atika. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, sorry because I'm having internet problem. So okay. My name is Nuratika. I'm USM student, pendidikan jarak jauh, and I think that's all. Yep.
Oh, you're from School of PJJ?
Yes, I am.
I think we are both alumni. I'm also from PJJ. Okay, so let's move to Miss Chia. I think I already know you, but I think for the sake of the new members in the group, let's just get yourself introduced again.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Chia. I'm not an alumni of USM. I'm from UPM, a final year student, and now I'm having my internship where I work from home.
Okay, welcome, Miss Chia. Yep. Encik Lukman. This is also from the morning session.
Hey, hi. Good
Hi
evening,
again.
everyone. My name is Lukman. I'm a first year student from IUM. And right now, I'm at home at Terengganu. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then Cik Zanzarina, our counselor, also from the morning session.
Hi everyone, I'm Zanzarina. You can call me Miss Ina or Ina saja, no problem. Sebab you panjang kan nak sebut Zanzarina, right?
Dari pagi
the morning session.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you can call me Ina. Okay, I'm from UIM actually, University Islam Malaysia. I'm counselor there.
Okay, welcome. And we'll go with Cik Farhana.
Okay. Saya Farhana. Okay, I'm Farhana. I'm a lecturer at College Islam Teknologi Antarabangsa Kitab Pulau Pinang, and I'm a student, PhD student at School of Educational Studies, USM.
Okay, welcome, Puan Farhana. The next one we have is Ray. I just saw a name called Ray, but it's not there anymore. It's okay, right? I'm moving on to Mr. Fang Yi Hu. How do I pronounce this name, Mr. Fang?
Yeah, you just call me hello. Good.
Oh, it's a
good
miss. Sorry.
afternoon.
Okay.
You just call.
Sorry. Hello.
Representing
Miss Pang, your audio is not clear enough. Could you repeat to us because it's breaking?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good
So,
afternoon.
my name is
I think Miss Fang is having some technical issue with her audio or even her line. I'm not sure. Never mind. Let her take her time and comes back in, and we can continue with the introduction. Let's kind of move on to the main agenda. So before we moving on, let me explain again. I'm going to move this session in such a way that for this round in the afternoon session, we have about 5 bidang tumpuan that we need to give, we need to make focus, which is Kebolehpasaran dan Kebolehkerjaan, Warganegara Global, Keusahawanan dan Ekonomi Gig, Alumni, and also Kepimpinan dan Kesukarelawan. So all this is already like documented in the format that Cik Husna has been sharing. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to spend about 20 minutes more or so on each bidang tumpuan, and we will end up the last few minutes if we have some time with some wrap up or the last question Q&A. Okay, let me start. Kebolehpasaran dan Kebolehkerjaan. We are in the midst of the hard hit COVID-19 pandemic. So it's hard, it's like kind of unfair for me to say that kita sahaja yang going through the hardship. It's not that. The entire world is looking through the hardship, especially at the economy sector. This penurunan economic sector is causing direct impact with people who already have job, they are losing their jobs. And in the midst of that, we have our graduates who are looking for a job at this moment. Especially macam dalam panel discussion kejap tadi, our graduates are kind of like, 2021 and 2021 graduates are the hard hits because they are going to have trouble to find job di mana pada masa ni we are in the trend of people losing their job. Their competition is not only on their qualification level, tetapi it's more on, they need to compete with those yang dah ada experience in working. So what's your call on the situation sekarang? What do you think of the graduate employability rate that's now here, and apa yang kita ideally nak lihat in future? What's the jurang yang kita boleh nampak? So we'll just like, it's going to be an open session. You can just like throw in any ideas you want or anything that you think that's the cause of what's going on here. So let me just like start it with Miss Atika.
Okay, so my opinion is kita pun tahu sekarang pandemik COVID-19 memang banyak kesan yang orang kata yang lebih baik tu banyak yang buruk sebenarnya, tapi pada masa yang sama ada juga benda yang baik. Dan untuk bidang tumpuan kebolehpasaran dan kebolehkerjaan ni bagi saya sebagai lepasan pelajar dan pengalaman saya sendiri before pandemic pun, sebab saya adalah pelajar lepasan sains perubatan semasa diploma, jadinya selepas habis diploma saya tu, orang kata first thing adalah jangan pilih kerja. Kita cuba je dalam bidang apa-apa pun, contoh macam mungkin food and beverage something yang lain ke, sebab orang kata keadaan masa depan yang sekarang ni macam agak susah untuk apa orang cakap dengan keadaan kita sekarang ni. So kita kena first sebab kita tak boleh nak pilih kerja tadi, lepas tu kita kena tambahkan skill kita sendiri. Contohnya macam yang kita dengar tadi, yang seminar tadi adalah macam kita kena praktiskan, contoh macam kita kena belajar bahasa kedua ke ketiga ke, sebab itu akan mendatangkan kesan yang baik lah pada kita sebenarnya. Saya rasa itu sahaja buat setakat ni. Terima kasih.
Okay, so maksudnya apa, kita buat saja apa yang kita dapat at the moment while we gain experience sehingga kita dapat apa kerja yang on par dengan qualification kita. Right. Okay, so maybe I will just move to Miss Chia.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm going to graduate soon in November, maybe in October or November within this year. So which make me a batch of fresh graduates for 2020, 2021. And then, to be frank, the pandemic did it's hard to this batch of graduate students, and I'm also one of them. And I would say looking for a job now is relatively challenging. They are no longer looking on how your grades, what's your CGPS. There's no longer only focus on the academic performance, but they look more on the soft skill part. And then the market, I would say, is really challenging and the opportunity is limited. Yeah. That's basically what the situations that we are facing now. And then if you can see, because having virtual learnings, which make us, it's quite hard to communicate how, it's hard for us to pick up the soft skills through virtual platform, but we can see there's the trends of moving all these kind of training courses into virtual platform. So we can see there's trend that's getting more and more events being held online. So yeah, I think this is in a way, this is also can be an opportunity for each batch of graduate students to take on to how we can create a new market out of this.
Okay. Before we continue, I'd just like to inform all the participants, just feel free to jump into the session because you know it's not a very formal session. Anyone can say anything they want because you might have some ideas or some points that coming in while the others are talking. So just feel free to interrupt and we will give you the time. So back to Miss Fang. Are you okay with your mic now? Could you just make a very quick introduction?
Hello, can you hear me right now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry earlier, technical issues.
No
So
problem.
basically, you can call me Fang. So I'm currently a lecturer in Inti International Universities, and at the same time, I'm also doing my PhD in UPM, focusing on community development. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm here also representing HEA because HEA also got HEA used to invite Dr. Wang Chanda to be part of the speaker in our program. So it's a great pleasure to have us to join this for today.
Yeah, the pleasure is ours, Ms. Fang. So since I already started with the introduction on yourself, so why don't you just like throw in what's your say on the graduate employability that we are talking at this moment? Or did you miss out the first portion of the explanation?
No, I was here.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you could just start with your say.
Yeah. So from my background, I'm actually used to be a student in the local universities, and also right now I'm also a local. I'm also still with UPM studying for my PhD, and at the same time I have exposure in teaching in a private universities. So what I can see here is their focus is totally different. Yeah. So in local universities, we are still very much conventional type of teaching. We teach a lot on the subjects that might not be useful in the future, that suits the needs of the job markets. All right. Whereas in Inti, I mean, I bukan nak angkat Inti lah, all right. Cuma I did a comparison between these two universities. So in INTI, we do teach about skills. For examples like design thinking, creative skills thinking. So it's part of a compulsory subjects where all students will have to take these courses in order for them to graduate. So I think other than the core courses that focus on the field of studies, we need to integrate the skills as part of compulsory subjects to prepare our graduates to market them in the future job market, or else they will remain irrelevant, number one. And on top of that, they will have to spend money to upskill themselves. So they will be thinking like, what is the point of getting a degree course from a universities whereby I can't get a job. All right. Yeah. So that is my concern.
Okay, yeah, to one extent, I have to agree that we have a difference between the private as well as the local university, where the private university they do with a lot of concentration on the soft skills, like how Ms. Chia says that, on the skill trainings and all that. But the university is more on, theoretical and all that, which at this moment we should be seeing on trying to change the way of the teaching into more of like critical thinking and soft skills learning and all that. Yeah. What about Miss Farhana?
Okay. Okay, talking about kebolehpasaran, okay. For me, I think that okay, wait. Kebolehpasaran, most of our universities are more into theoretical part, okay, and also we say only we offer on the practical part only during the internship, yeah. And some of the students do their internships not in their really in their field, okay. And then secondly, okay, in this pandemic situation, okay, the situation become worse because all, okay, like T20 also didn't have jobs. So how about our fresh graduates? So like my students, most of them prefer to work as a food delivery, okay, food panda, grab food, okay, because they see the money. Yeah, we are living in a situation now, in a world that we rely on money, yeah, because without money we cannot buy anything, okay. And then some of the students, yeah, they didn't want to pursue this their studies to a higher level, because they say, if I continue my study, I have to make PTPTN loan, and then after that, without work, how I want to repay my loan. Okay, so there better after SPM you just work, okay, and then you have a lot of experiences, okay. And okay, that's for the beginning lah.
Yeah, okay. It's like how do I say? We are looking into students yang macam what Miss Farhana says, these students are looking into money, but that is to support themselves at this moment dengan the pandemic COVID and all that. But in future, when it comes to the reality, they cannot be like depending on food delivery for the rest of their life. That they need to like look further than that. So for that, I feel like kita kena, like, if I look through what the rest say, that cara pembelajaran and pengajaran dalam university need to have changes. That's what my understanding is.
Doctor, like in our university courses, we always like MQA requirement, we have entrepreneurship, keusahawanan. But not all courses implement this approach. Yeah, like for a history course, okay, psychology, languages, okay, how they are going to develop entrepreneurship. Even those are in a business area, in economics, they can survive. Okay, they learn. Okay, how about the other courses? Okay, we make the keusahawanan as a key area, but we do not know how to implement. Okay, so for me, I think that the government and the KPT should provide trainings to the students and also the lecturers. For example, in my university previously, we only do keusahawanan macam kita nak cakap we just fulfill the KPI. Kita buat satu course ramai-ramai, okay? Or university carnival. So each organization open booth and then we do some flyers. Okay, that's it. Okay, after they graduate, how they are going to survive? Yeah. So I think if on we are going, we have to utilize this online selling, online platforms. Okay, Lazada, Shopee. But the students must also have knowledge. Okay, how they are going to start. Okay, what are the procedures? Okay, SSM or whatever. Okay, the technical things. So they need to be mentioned about this so they can start. Okay, because we are living in a digital area, so we need to use these digital platforms. But to use that also we need a support and knowledge first, and then we can apply.
Yeah, I do agree with that because macam one of the topic of like keusahawanan entrepreneurship should be like one of the courses that need to be offered across whether it's private or public university. So this will help to like build up the skills of the students. Miss Zam, Miss Ina, Miss Ina, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. What's my name?
Yeah,
Okay,
what's your call on this?
For me, macam yang saya rasa pendapat yang rakan-rakan bagi tadi is input, but yang saya nampak penambahan yang kita kena tengok di sini adalah pendedahan kepada pelajar itu sendiri. Maksudnya make them take note this kind of thing, this kind of knowledge they have to input, they need to know everything. Contohnya macam tadi macam Shopee, online everything tu kan. So benda tu selalunya kita just as a buyer, kita buka Shopee, kita beli barang everything kan. So kita nak buka, nak beli barang, nak download everything tu pun kita learn from apa yang kita tengok experience orang ke apa ke, macam mana nak buat online. So because before this my mother don't know how to buy online, you know. Because of the epidemic, she learned how to buy online. Yeah, she learned. So that's kind of thing. We have to bagi tahu kat diorang, para pelajar kita, benda ni perlu ada. Knowledge ni diorang perlu cari. So benda yang diorang kena ada. So macam kita kata kebolehpasaran ataupun kebolehkerjaan ni, maksudnya pelajar ataupun individu itu sendiri kena ada kesedaran dalaman, kendiri punya kesedaran about keperluan benda yang dia perlu ada, knowledge untuk dia jadi seorang yang berada di pasaran yang sekarang ni lah. Maksudnya dia boleh masuk dalam pasaran, dia orang rasa berminat untuk mengambil dia bekerja, you know, because dia kena sell themselves, betul tak? So how to sell? Sometimes maybe dia punya dia punya carry mark is good, dia punya pointer is good, everything, but bila kita masuk epidemik ni, kita ada soft skill yang penambahan yang kita perlu ada. Contohnya how to guna Google Meet ke platform, any platform, you know, some of yang mungkin dah bekerja tapi sebelum ni tak pernah guna pun online platform ni untuk everything, but after because of this epidemic, everything everyone learn how to use online, betul tak? So benda ni sama je untuk orang yang dah bekerja ataupun orang yang baru nak menceburi pekerjaan, macam kita ada yang baru nak graduate kat sini kan. So benda ni semua orang alami benda yang sama. But dia kena ada kesedaran kendiri apa yang dia perlu develop dalam diri dia untuk penambahan diri dia sendiri. Untuk dia nak bersama-sama bersaing dengan yang luar, pasaran luar. Macam tadi kawan kita ada cakap sebab yang para graduan nak bersaing dengan yang dah lama ada experience bekerja tapi disebabkan tak ada kerja kena nak mencari pekerjaan baru everything kan. Memang kelebihan kepada mereka adalah experience kerja, tetapi mereka sama-sama menghadapi macam mana nak tukar kepada online platform, everything sama. So kita kena cuba try cari orang kata peluang tu yang ada untuk kita. Itu pendedahan yang pertama adalah make them know that what kind of knowledge that they need to learn. Benda apa yang penambahan, soft skill yang dia perlu ada. So itu mungkin dalam university level kita kena ada pendedahan lah kepada pelajar. This kind of soft skill you have to develop yourself. You kena gilap sendiri this kind, pandu arah. Because student ni bagi saya mereka lebih pandai untuk nak gunakan peluang Google semua untuk mencari apa knowledge tambahan yang diorang perlukan. But kita cuma guide diorang kat mana yang di mana diorang boleh ambil knowledge tu, dapatkan knowledge tersebut. So because negara kita pun dah sediakan platform, cuma sometimes we don't know where is the platform ataupun kita tak tahu kat mana nak cari platform tu kan. So sediakan
basically the graduates need to change their mindset, ikut what's the trend now. They're betul-betul pushed to do that. They can't be sitting on wherever they are at this moment kalau mereka nak want to go out to the outside world. So that's a good point.
For me, because pengalaman peribadi saya sendiri during the pandemic, I changed my job actually. Because before this, I'm counselor at another IPTS. So right now, I am counselor at UIM. I do the online interview, everything. So we need to know apa benda yang dia trend, current trend, apa yang kita perlu tahu, take note. Itu yang penting lah.
Correct. Yeah. So kalau kita ada that kind of mindset yang boleh adapt to these changes macam in a minute, then they are good to go. Walaupun it's in a difficult situation. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to move to the next topic, but before that, saya nampak another new person in the list. Encik Faiz Musa. Could you introduce yourself? Hello, Encik Faiz.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Selamat petang.
Hello, selamat petang.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Faiz bin Musa. So, I'm coming from Kementerian Belia dan Sukan. So, basically datang mewakili KBS lah untuk sesi pada petang.
Okay, welcome Cik Faiz. So, okay, let's move to the next topic because time is a bit more limited. So I don't have the flexibility of giving long-winded explanation kali ni. Let's move to the next one. Warganegara Global. So, kejap tadi kita dengar daripada the moderator as well as the panel earlier. They were talking about how we are adapting ourselves dengan working environment yang melibatkan more like in a layman term kita guna MNC companies. So, cara pembelajaran kita di university is very local based. Tetapi bila kita go to the outside world, we are being exposed more than the country, more than Malaysia. It's beyond the borders. So macam mana education system kita ni is supporting this kind of changes atau how are they macam mana apa kita punya limitation yang kita ada, macam mana kita nak overcome limitation in many aspects macam infrastructure, language, cara pemikiran kita, all those kind of thing.
Tak dengar sebab tak pakai headphone.
Hello? Cik Zam? Zam Zarina. Cik Ina, are you okay?
I'm sorry. I lupa nak mute tadi. Something,
Okay.
my
Okay.
parcel arrived.
Okay,
Sorry.
no problem, no problem. Yeah, this is all part of being Webex online and all that lah. So okay, come back to the question. So macam mana kita punya limitation and macam apa preparation of pengajian tinggi untuk overcome this so that our students when they go out to the external world on a working environment, they can adapt and get themselves to go on the same global level. Kali ni saya nak start dengan Encik Faiz because I think we skip Encik Faiz and Encik Luqman. We'll go with Encik Faiz first and followed by Encik Luqman. Encik Faiz, over to you. Hello, Encik Faiz, are you there? Okay, tak apa, mungkin dia is a bit more busy. So why don't I just switch over to Encik Luqman? What's your call on this?
Doctor, I want to ask, is Warganegara Global mean that how we can adapt with the to work globally?
Not only on work globally because kita sekarang ni our mindset is like we are working on local businesses, local companies. So our cultural intake is within the country. Tetapi in outside situation that is not the real case. Kita kebanyakan company kita, kebanyakan industri atau mana-mana syarikat, kita ada borderless environment. Macam for example, industri di sini macam for example AMD di Malaysia is only taking care of mungkin manufacturing. Tetapi IT technology, the infrastructure IT solution untuk AMD di Penang is handled by India. So this is like border across the border. So macam mana kita nak adapt so that we can work in the same culture daripada other countries. Atau cara pemikiran yang kita cakap global lah. Yeah, I hope I make sense on what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so yeah, Encik Luqman, back to you.
Okay, saya rasa faktor terbesar kat sini halangannya adalah faktor bahasa dan kewangan. Kerana secara globalnya mereka bercakap bahasa Inggeris kan.
Yeah.
Saya lihat kat Malaysia kebanyakannya pelajar-pelajar lebih suka berbahasa Melayu dan kurang bercakap dan bersosial berbahasa Inggeris secara contohnya. Dan ini mungkin memberikan mereka cabaran lah untuk berkomunikasi dengan orang-orang asing apabila mereka bekerja di luar. Dan mereka ni sepatutnya diberi mencari inisiatif sendirilah belajar bahasa kedua ataupun bahasa ketiga. Kerana sekarang ni banyak platform yang kita boleh belajar sendiri. Contohnya platform online banyak. Antaranya Coursera ke, Linda ataupun LinkedIn Learning. Yang mostly banyak ditawarkan belajar bahasa. Ini antaranya lah. Dan yang kedua faktor kewangan juga yang mereka kita perlu tengok juga sebab bila di luar negara kita nak pergi ke sana tu perlukan duit lah kan. Bukan duit yang mana kos sara hidup kat sana tu lebih tinggi berbanding dengan Malaysia. Jadi antara dua faktor ni saya nampak antara graduate ni lebih suka duduk di Malaysia berbanding dengan di luar negara. Itulah rasanya.
Okay, saya tertarik dengan apa yang Encik Luqman say mengenai limitation bahasa. Sebenarnya kita kena adjust mindset kita untuk walaupun kita belajar di local tetapi bila kita ke environment pekerjaan where we are working, kita kena cuba menggunakan macam bahasa global iaitu English so that ke mana-mana kita dihantar atau dengan siapa-siapa pun yang kita berinteraksi, kita boleh berinteraksi, faham atau memastikan mereka faham apa yang kita bercakap, and kerja boleh jalan. So that kind of thing is saya rasa satu point yang sangat menarik Encik Luqman mengutarakan. Encik Faiz, are you there? Okay, saya rasa masih tidak ada di sana. Okay, I just yes, Encik Faiz. So, we would like to hear from your side daripada KBS. Apa pandangan Encik Faiz mengenai limitation yang kita ada untuk graduan kita menjadi kompetensi dengan warganegara global?
Alright, so pada pandangan saya, pendapat saya, I mean, I'm coming from, I used to work in private sector before, and right now I'm working in the government sector lah. So from my point of view, from these two different sector, I think basically we can see different type of working culture between government sector and also private sector. And mostly when I'm in private sector, memang banyak graduates yang baru lagi bekerja lah. So right now dekat government sector, mostly memang kebanyakan yang dah lama bekerja lah. So in regards to that, I'm saying that kebanyakan graduan-graduan kita masih lagi kurang limitation. I mean, diorang punya kepakaran, kebolehan untuk berbahasa Inggeris, kebolehan untuk even sometimes there are people yang bahasa Melayu sendiri pun tak fasih, right? So what I can see is that by the time diorang they don't have the time to practice it. So for me, whenever you learn something, it's either language or anything, you need to practice it. So it is not working if, let's say, you're just learning by books, by reading it. So it is not capable if, let's say, you don't train yourself, train with somebody. So that's my take lah.
Okay, saya have to agree this because personal experience before masuk ke government, saya bekerja di private sector, 100% English. Tetapi bila saya masuk ke government, saya kena tukar my mindset to talk in Malay, and that was actually a problem. So it's definitely practice.
As simple as simple as replying an email. So
exactly,
before this, we used to reply email like, okay, noted boss, thank you. As simple as that. But right now, once you change to government sector, there are norms that you need to comply.
Yeah, that's right. There's protocols, the way to write and all that. So benda-benda macam ni comes with practice. So that's right. It's a very important aspect yang kita kena look through. Okay, anyone else wants to chip in into this? Please feel free.
Can I talk something over here?
Please, yes, please.
I would think so. The youth in Malaysia, they are relatively not get exposed to the global view in this case. They are more focused to what happens surroundings in local area instead of gains more global views. So so if you have gains you have your own set of global view, then I think that will be the main motivators for you to be enrolled like in MNC. If you think the language would be it will hinder you to join in to the MNC, then if you're already well equipped with all these global views, then I think you will take an initiative to improve your English in a way. And I think this is also what Heya doing now. Sorry, I didn't mention it because I saw just now Miss Fang did mention she are representing Heya, and together with her, I'm also representing Heya here, and we did have a global discourse series whereby we invite all those influencers from different regions across the world to share the global views to our youth in Malaysia. Like last time, we did apply some months from Venezuela. Correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Fang, from Venezuela to talks on the women's empowerment. We have a global discourse series, and there are also upcoming series for this.
I think this kind of exposure is really good if we start for the students to be like exposed to them during their education in university by itself, not wait for them to go up to the working environment. So that's a little bit, I mean, it's not too late, but if we give them the early exposure, it will be good for them to, like, get themselves ready.
Yeah, I think I would like to add on to
Yes,
the
please.
points that they say some of our participants here, they say a lot of our graduates, they actually lack of exposure. So I think rather than having the internship, because the only practical exposure that they have is towards the end of the semesters. I think one of the things that we can do here is we need to connect between the industry and the academic. All right. I think I have to admit that academicians nowadays, they do teaching and research. But what is happening in the job market, what is happening in the industry, we don't have much exposure. And this is where I realized that when we engage industry players to come in and we do more on we call that the employers projects. We get industry player to come in to coach our students on certain projects. I think it gives a lot of great help to the students to understand what is happening, not just in the local context, but also internationally. And it also gives me as a lecturer a better insights on what is happening around. Yeah, so that is my action plan on this.
Yeah, I also have to agree on this because the mindset of academicians and the industry players are very different. So there have to be like a synchronization on both because each one of them have their own expertise on their own way. If we can jive that in together, that will be a very helpful platform for the graduates to able to like move on with their path. So yeah, I do agree with that. So yeah, that's a good one, Miss Fang. Anyone else? Okay, I'm going to change the method of this session a bit. I'm not going to really call anyone's name because we have a number of people here. So let's just like dive into it, and whoever have anything to say, go ahead. But if I find somewhere is there's lacking or no one is talking, then maybe I'll just like pick up someone. Right? So anyone else have anything else to say?
Okay, sorry to interrupt. For
No
me,
problem.
I think I agree with just now about the exposure. So if in a global aspect, okay, we need to expose our graduates about the companies like local companies with the international companies. Okay, like usually we have for me like I just know that okay, the big companies like GLCs like Petronas, okay, Shell, that's only what I know. Okay, what about the other companies? So we need to expose our students. Okay, maybe selalu kita buat like carnival kerjaya. Okay, so we should invite all these giant companies and expose to the students. Okay, what are their jobs actually? Okay, how many branches that they have? Okay, like our company like Malaysia is famous for their petroleum. So what are the companies? Okay, so we need to expose students not only for engineering but in the companies. We need human resource, yeah, HR, accountants, apa ni, project manager. Okay, we need, because we are offering varieties of courses now. Okay, kalau kita tengok di list IPTA, UPU course yang di offer pun sangat banyak. Okay, but how are the job, how are the peluang pekerjaan, and then secondly, like we are reading in the chat, okay, our company, our education system, we are trying to fight for the high position, high academic position. Okay, we want our universities to be the first one, second one, third one. So we do research. Okay, some of the universities have changed to a fully research universities. Okay, but how about the employment of these graduates? Okay, we can see that they are jobless. Okay, some of the companies, they didn't want to hire all the students. Okay, like for example, now we have a one-off isi guru one-off online. Okay, some of them said you must only put the highest education is degree. If you put master, they will automatically reject your application. Okay, because when you have master or PhD, and then they have to pay you higher. So there are some lacking, I think, because this graduate only receive their allowance, okay, allowance from the grants, okay, but a proper job we didn't have. Okay, I think this is lacking lah in the situation. Okay, some of them have their PTPTN loan for their PhD, okay, yayasan negeri whatsoever, but end up there's no work. Okay, when I go to interview also, okay, from JPA, they just want they select some certain courses. Okay, like engineering. Okay, they see because of the STEM. Okay, but if you are in English literature, how you are going to perform? Okay, what are the benefits to Malaysia, to the country? What are in written? Okay, in RM, in Ringgit Malaysia, they didn't see this kita panggil nilai. Okay, nilai ilmu kita tak nampak. Okay, and end up ada yang dah habis PhD pun, okay, buka bisnes sendiri, ya, itu keusahawanan lah. Okay, sebab apa? Kebolehpasaran kos dia tu tak ada. Okay, end up dia pun buatlah apa-apa kerja yang bukan pada bidang dia. Jadi kita tengok sini ada dua isu lah. Macam it's not sweet lah. Okay, university of course lagi ramai yang dia keluarkan graduates, okay, journal Q1, Q2 semua tu, okay, dia dapat, okay, ranking, okay, globally, internationally dia dapat. But how are the student? Okay, dia orang ni macam tikus makmal ataupun mangsa lah, dia dikerahkan tenaga, universiti dapat nama tetapi mereka ni terumbang-ambing, macam tak ada apa-apa. Kalau nak masuk pun dia orang boleh kerja in government sectors, tapi itu kompetitif lah. Okay, kena tunggu orang pencen baru dia boleh masuk. Kalau dia nak masuk yang swasta ni, swasta ni dia perlu bayar gaji yang tinggi. So itu ada sikit konflik lah di situ. Okay, that's only from me.
So basically apa yang saya boleh lihat di sini, kita perlu move to a trend of balance between soft skill dengan theoretical. Kalau kita just concentrate on one or the other sahaja, boleh cakap susah graduan kita untuk survive di dunia pekerjaan. That's what I can see from the so many points that have been given so far. So yeah, that's quite a good one. So okay, let me move to, anyone have any other thing to say before I move on to the next bidang tumpuan? Anyone have like some dying points that they want to voice out? Okay, so let's move on. Okay. Keusahawanan dan Ekonomi Gig. So this one, saya rasa dia ada berkaitan, dia sangat rapat dengan kewarganegaraan global tadi. It's something that, if you're competent in as a warganegara global, Ekonomi Gig is something that you need to know at this moment. Dulu Ekonomi Gig is something that is just like, okay, I know, that's it. I want to do, I do. I don't want to do, I don't care. It's okay. I still have a 9 to 5 job. Tetapi situasi sekarang dengan the pandemic and all that, I rasa most of us don't have that luxury anymore. We whether we like it or not, we are already into it. Kita dah tak ada the the thought of, okay, I masuk kerja 9, keluar pukul 5. No, I have to work from home. It means I have to work from home. For that, I need to know the technology. So kita sebenarnya a hired freelancer. That's how we have to consider ourselves. So macam mana, how does the graduates daripada all these universities or the private colleges need to adapt their mindset? Macam mana they can able to go on par? It's almost similar to the question on the Warganegara Global, but we are now focusing into using the technology to make business or to make money. How is it possible for them to do? Let's okay, I would like to start with Miss Atika, because I didn't see her giving any input on the previous one. Maybe we can kickstart with her, and then the rest can just pull in their points.
Okey, pasal untuk keusahawanan ekonomi gig ni, saya rasa dia related juga dengan poin yang penggunaan dan kerjaan tu tadi. Sebab apabila macam seorang pelajar ataupun graduan, dia untuk menceburilah dalam ni. Kita pun tahu sekarang pandemik kan. So macam yang puan cakap tadi, ekonomi gig ni sekarang dah jadi macam satu compulsory, dah kata wajib, perlu kan. Jadi poin dia saya rasa kita macam saya cakap awal point, memang kena asah skill, dan juga dia related juga dengan yang dengan Warganegara Global tadi, yang kita daripada peringkat pengajian lagi di universiti, kita perlu terapkan lagi macam kebanyakan subjek yang seperti teras keusahawanan, supaya pelajar-pelajar ni dapat buka mata dan belajar lebih lagi macam mana mereka nak sampai ke platform yang orang kata tu kita boleh belajar sesuatu yang baru dan boleh survive dalam keadaan sekarang. Itu saja.
Anyone else want to tambah lagi on what Miss Farhana have said?
Kalau kita tengok dekat IPT sekalipun, dalam orang kata kos pengajian semua, kebanyakan subjek memang ada kursus keusahawanan itu sendiri dimasukkan kepada setiap orang kata kursus yang ditawarkan lah. Maksudnya macam kursus orang kata kos wajib ambil, pelajar tersebut perlu ambil. Tapi kebanyakannya yang kita nampak bila habis kursus tu, they don't think that they orang just nak carry mark je, just dapat markah everything and then stop kat situ je. Habis dekat orang kata dapat markah, dapat carry mark kan. So apa yang kita perlu dedahkan kepada pelajar sini, it's not like you ni peluang you nak bekerja, peluang you make money, it's not like just bekerja dengan orang ataupun bekerja dengan kerajaan. You have to masuk isi SPA, everything. So you kena jelas bahawa keusahawanan ni juga adalah salah satu peluang untuk you make money, you nak berjaya, you know. But the thing is pendedahan tersebut perlu menarik minat diorang. Maksudnya bila kita buat usahawan, kadang-kadang memang ada dalam subjek kita cakap buat tu buat ni. Sometimes bila dia nampak nak buka company susahnya, nak jadi usahawan ni susahnya, you know, dia punya mindset dia tak payahlah, kerja dengan orang lagi senang, makan gaji lagi senang. So that mindset kita kena tukar. Maksudnya usahawan is not yes, it's not easy, but kita kena fleksibel bagi apa perlu bila nak jadi usahawan, apa flexibility yang diorang perlukan, apa yang sometimes knowledge yang kita dapat dalam kelas tersebut, apa lagi yang kita boleh dapat penambahan, mungkin perkongsian daripada alumni yang dah berjaya, you know, in usahawan. So daripada college, daripada kita punya IPT tu, mungkin kita boleh jemput alumni tersebut, you know, share the experience, share the knowledge kepada new students. So biar dia ada pendedahan awal dan diorang akan rasa this step nak jadi usahawan ni bukannya bila aku dah tak ada kerja, aku dah tak dapat kerja, baru aku jadi usahawan. You know? Sometimes ada dia punya mindset macam tu. Okay lah, aku tak ada kerja, nak cari ni. Okay lah, niagalah, jual lah apa pun. Macam tu kan. So that mindset kita kena tukar. Kita kena nampak biar dia nampak daripada belajar dekat IPT lagi, dia nampak oh, usahawan is one of a big peluang yang dia boleh buka. And maybe in future dia punya usahawan tu dia buka peluang pekerjaan kepada orang lain pula kan. Sebab this kind of thing kita kena terapkan dalam minda pelajar that fikir di luar kotak. Orang cakap don't just think that orang kata stereotype, benda-benda yang macam tu. Kita kena bagi dia ada pencetus, kita kena bagi dia rasa kesedaran, keperluan untuk penambahan ilmu dalam sudut mungkin usahawan ke apa, anything lah yang dia berminat.
Bercakap pasal keusahawanan ni, ada beberapa program di universiti, like di USM by itself, dia bukan tertakluk kepada hanya subjek keusahawanan, tetapi it's more than that, where they allow students untuk run a whole business within the semesters, a few semesters. Like they can do the perniagaan on their own, or they take over an entire like a shop and they do the running of the shop. Tapi when you do the running of the shop macam ni, it becomes like they bukan sahaja make money like you said, yeah, but they learn how to run a ledger, how to do the debit credit, how to bring in the supply. So benda-benda ni is memang akan menolong mereka bila katakan mereka ada thought of okay, lepas saya graduate saya nak buat business. So this is where they learn. So yeah. Tapi berapa banyak IPTA or IPTS is encouraging them to or giving them the opportunity to do this kind of business dalam universiti walaupun mereka tengah belajar. That's another question that most of the universities need to have a look at it. Apa pandangan Encik Faiz?
Right, so pada pendapat saya lah, saya tak nak sentuh banyak pasal keusahawanan sebab memang keusahawanan ni sudah rasanya dikenali lah di Malaysia ataupun di dunia ni. Memang macam tadi ada seorang ada cakap tadi pasal keusahawanan. Kalau dah rasa tak ada kerja baru nak jadi usahawan. So I mean that is a good mindset. I mean kita kena avoid berfikiran sebegitu. Kita kena we need to encourage more and more students or graduates thinking that keusahawanan bukannya pilihan terakhir, but then pilihan utama whereby instead of you bekerja as per normal 8 hingga 5 setiap hari, you can create your own jobs, and by creating your own jobs you can create the job for others. So I think but I think keusahawanan dah habis, kita cakap dah habis dikupas lah oleh pakar-pakar keusahawanan di Malaysia ni. But I want to talk about more about the gig economy.
Gig economy, yeah.
Yes. So gig economy, as you guys well known, I rasa memang sekarang sudah dikenali ramai lah. But ianya masih lagi diterima dalam 5 tahun terbaru ini. But before this, we never heard of gig economy. And then sometimes pakcik-makcik dekat kampung tanya apa benda gig economy. So untuk mudah faham bahasa laymannya kita boleh cerita geng Food Panda, Grab, Uber, that is an example of gig economy untuk mudah faham lah. So gig economy sendiri memang KBS kita ada satu program memang baru dilancarkan tahun lepas lah. So kami sendiri di pihak KBS pun masih lagi baru dalam bidang gig economy. And what I want to say, what I want to stress that kita ada agensi yang memang pakar dalam gig economy teknologi, gig economy di Malaysia ni, which is MDEC. So if let's say you guys student dekat luar sana yang memang ingin involve in gig economy, you guys ada certain skills yang orang lain tak ada, as simple as translating from English to BM, BM to English, Korea to BM, Korea to English, because as you can see memang sekarang kita tahu trend student-student kita minat cerita Korea, right? K-pop scene in Malaysia is going well. So if let's say there are guys, there are students or graduates yang memang berkebolehan untuk berbahasa Korea, translating, you guys can make money on that. As simple as translating. So that is a skill yang tak semua orang ada. So itu yang macam saya nak tekankan, memang kita tak nampak benda tu boleh dijual, but then these skills can can improve yourself. Macam ada saya ingat there's a saying goes yang saying that macam cakap kita punya what we learn in school, in university is nothing if we don't apply it. So
Yeah.
so the skills yang you learn, if let's say you don't apply it, meaning to say you sama lah dengan the rest of the the graduates yang memang bersaing sekarang untuk mendapatkan kerja. So macam mana nak excel, you need to have one specific skill yang you rasa you boleh go on that. So yeah, that's it for me, I think.
Rasa apa yang, I mean, I can just put in a one short phrase apa yang Cik Faiz says. The sky is the limit.
Yes, correct.
Dengan ekonomi gig ni, kita boleh buat
Yes.
anything as long as
Betul.
we are
The
creative
sky is
enough.
the limit. Macam I
Exactly.
simple tadi, as simple as translating language. There are
Right.
numerous number of jobs yang you can venture in gig economy. You boleh jadi personal PA, you can jadi banyak sangat lah sebab I nak bagi contoh pun tak teringat lah sekarang sebab
Yeah, it's a matter of exploring into all
Yes,
this.
yes. The one thing yang I memang paling ingat tu menjadi translating tu. Macam kita rasa benda tu senang. But then you can make money on that.
True, and people can make a lot of money, thousands of
Yes.
ringgit.
Yes, sometimes they, if let's say there are you guys yang masih lagi tak faham macam mana you being paid in gig economy. You are being paid as the time by kalau project you habis. For example, you have this one project nak translate satu drama 30 episod. So dia tak bayar by gaji bulanan macam kita biasa bekerja bulanan. Dia bayar by project. If let's say in 1 month you can finish like 4 or 5 projects, one project cost you, they pay you like 1,000 to 2,000 ringgit. You dapat 4-5 job dah berapa dah income you untuk bulan tu.
Betul?
Yeah.
Miss Pang, I would like to hear from your side, from coming from the private sector. What's your call on this?
On this gig economy, is it?
Yes, on gig economy. How much does the private is like emphasizing on encouraging their students to into gig economy?
I would say that one of the things that I saw here is students used to conduct a lot of activities that requires them to have some amount of entrepreneurship in them. Like one of the course that I teach here is community service, and one of the milestone that they will have to achieve here is they have to do a fundraising activities in order to get the money for them to run the projects. So fundraising activity is not just merely about donations, but we encourage them to think of some ideas to sell or to market any products that they feel it is is on demand, right? They will have to sell any products in order for them to learn about social entrepreneurships from this course. Other than that, what I can see here is they have been actively raising fund by selling various items throughout the entire semesters in the universities. Without getting much fund from the university. So the students themselves actually initiate the projects, look for the income, look for the fund themselves. So that's one of the things that private university students are working on.
See, the different perspective is quite amazing, you see. Like from what Ms. Fang have said, I can see that just one activity, it has touched 3 different perspectives. The community service yang tak ada dalam the entire topic kita, tapi they already touched that. And they are doing fundraising activities by using whatever the students can able to come out with. That itself, we are touching the crowdfunding as well. So like, and these are the kind of thing that you want to teach your students to be like, opening yourself to so many aspects of just one element. That's like gig economy, but then there's so many other aspects that comes along with it, which is quite an interesting way to look at it. Okay, I'm going to move because, again, the time is always the essence here. Before that, I just want to ask another time. Anyone have any other dying point they want to say for this bidang
Doctor,
tumpuan?
I want to add something.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
As we see nowadays, we are moving to what we call uh, all are machine based. Okay, apa tu kita panggil istilah tu less human. Macam touch and go dah tak ada human automatic apa saya
Automation.
lupa lah.
Automation. We are going
Apa
to
ni
automation.
macam bank kan all are machine transaction, online transaction. Okay, kita industri pun kurang memerlukan pekerja. Okay, we have machines kan, kenapa dia nak hire orang banyak-banyak. Okay, but once my lecturer said in 5 to 10 years time kita akan ke arah negara yang kita perlukan, walaupun kita ada banyak mesin tapi kita boleh kontrol benda tu daripada rumah. Tetapi kita perlu exposekan these students untuk pekerjaan-pekerjaan macam ni. Macam tadi Cik Faiz cakap satu pekerjaan translator. Okay, how about macam marketing, okay, yang website designer, okay, decorator, sebab macam because of teknologi advancement juga, okay, kita kehilangan banyak pekerja juga, pekerjaan macam macam fotografi apa semua kan dah kurang. Semua orang ada phone, semua orang boleh tangkap gambar, buat video kan. Tetapi kita boleh create job yang dulu tak ada, sekarang akan ada masa depan. Dan students kena expose dengan nama-nama pekerjaan yang baru tu. So barulah dia nampak sekurang-kurangnya dia boleh survive dalam industri ni. So macam nanti kan setiap tahun after graduation universiti buat kajian pasaran. Okay, employability dan sebagainya. So kita kena update lah. Okay, apa pekerjaan yang ada sekarang, apa yang diorang boleh offer dan sebagainya. Okay, tak lagi nama-nama pekerjaan yang macam lama. Sekarang ni nama pekerjaan pun semakin advance ya. So kita kena yang digital semua ni kan. Saya pun tak tahulah, tapi mungkin bila kita makin maju nanti akan muncullah nama-nama pekerjaan ni kan. Kadang-kadang macam orang yang tak faham dia marah. Dia cakap apa ni kan, dari pagi sampai malam bekerja dengan phone sahaja. Okay, tetapi they are making thousands of money kan guna phone tu. Tapi kita tahu apa yang dia buat. So kita perlu war-warkan kepada masyarakat. Okay, apakah pekerjaan-pekerjaan yang sebeginilah yang kita boleh nampak. Okay, thank you.
Betul. It's like the revolution of work. Dulu kita it's like a big hoo-ha kalau kita guna hanya kita dimasukkan dalam office, we are called blue collar and all that. Sekarang blue collar is nothing. It's like that kind of thing. Sekarang if you are a freelancer, they look at you, wow, that's how it is now.
Saya ada sedikit penambahan. Ini just sharing.
Sure.
You know, mine is just do the editing for YouTube, you know, edit the video. Dia punya income pun 2K something. So depends on what you want to do. You know, you passion everything. Dia dah grad but dia tak kerja, dia buat editing in that. So generate income with that, but
right.
His passion. So kita kena fleksibel lah. Maksudnya search yang apa yang kita minat, apa yang kita nak buat, kerja untuk kerjaya kita. It's not like kalau memanglah Malaysia ni education oriented, you know, you have to degree baru ada gaji, tangga macam ni. You ada PhD, tangga gaji macam ni, you know. It's not like kita tak boleh mindset kita still ke arah itu. Kita kena buka, you know. Sometimes orang yang SPM pun gaji lebih pada kita. Because pendapatan lebih pada kita. Because dia punya pemikiran tu, cara dia, because dengan kita punya teknologi sekarang. So kita kena bagi pendedahan tersebut kepada pelajar kita bahawa skop sebenarnya bila kata global internet ni luas. Bukan because saya pernah dengar kata hujung jari kan. So the terms is hujung jari tu sebenarnya memang betul. Anything you just tekan, you search everything kan. But
betul.
the thing is, apa yang you search, apa yang you cari, apa yang you gunakan teknologi tu ke arah yang macam mana. Itu yang kita kena dedahkan kepada pelajar. You have to use that teknologi tu secara yang betul untuk diorang punya perkembangan diorang sendiri. Itulah pendapat saya.
I boleh conclude the whole thing yang apa Miss Ina just said that macam tadi again I'm saying sky is the limitation. We need like they need to understand their passion and then look into like working beyond the border, not limit themselves, think out of the box and then cari the means how to reach whatever their dream. Kalau they can jive all this and align all of it together, then we see macam your niece that doing nothing but he's earning. That's the kind of that's kind of mindset yang kita nak tengok untuk belia kita sekarang ni. Okay, that's a good one. Let's move on because again time. And we still have two more bidang tumpuan that we need to have a look. Alright. So let's look at alumni. So kalau kita cakap pasal alumni, it's always about I myself used to say that, oh, this is my alma mater and that's it. USM is my alma mater. And I'm proud of that and that's about it. What have I done back to the university? Bila the next question people tanya dekat saya, I will be stopped and thinking, oh my God, what have I done? No. Except like, war-warkan nama USM tu sahaja. But now we have alumni, I think they have to play a bigger role. Daripada just like telling that, this is my alma mater, I'm giving this much of money donation because it's no more about money. It's about using what you have learned, your skills and all that untuk tolong the upcoming students daripada the particular institution. So apa alumni can do to help these graduates? So I think dah lama saya tak dengar daripada Encik Luqman. Maybe can I have some words from you?
Okay, berkait dengan dunia teknologi sekarang ni, saya tengok banyak pendedahan, utamanya pelajar-pelajar universiti lah. Mereka terlibat dengan dunia pelaburan, dunia kewangan. Dan yang paling latest sekarang ni adalah cryptocurrency. Mungkin cryptocurrency, saya lihat memang dapat sambutan yang banyak lah. Mungkin pada suatu hari nanti, mereka ni perlu diberi pendidikan yang khusus untuk kos-kos begini macam blockchain apa semua tu, kerana tak semestinya pelajar bidang IT saja yang yang seharusnya memberi fokus kepada bidang ni, tapi pelajar-pelajar lain juga yang di luar bidang. Kerana saya nampak bidang
Cik Luqman, sorry, I need to cut you through on this because I think you are a bit out of the topic. Sorry, but we are talking about how our alumni are going to be like playing a role to help the coming graduates to enter the working industry.
Oh, alumni.
Yeah. Okay, maybe like I skip you first. You come back. I'll come back to you in a few minutes so you can have a look into that bidang tumpuan while I look through somebody else first.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, so I'm opening it to the floor. Anyone have anything that they can actually share? Miss Chia, perhaps?
Okay.
Or just anybody? Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that the main role that the alumni should play once they have left the university, one of it is experience sharing. They can provide the latest and the most relevant information about the industry back to the universities, back to their juniors. And then the second thing is they can have a very effective networking for them. If let's say the universities are looking to revamp their course structures, that's how my faculty did it last time. They want to revamp their course structures, and then they get all the latest data come from our alumni networks. So I personally think this is where the alumni should play a role is, instead of just taking them as an ATM machine.
Yeah, I like the term of ATM machine. Yeah, this is a very new perspective, using our alumni to revamp the structure, because they are already in the working environment. They know what the market demand would be. So if we use their knowledge to like restructure the education in the university, that is a way for us to align the current students and prepare them for the industry world. Yeah, that's a good one, Miss Chia. Okay, I'm going back to Encik Lukman. Are you ready to share something with us on this alumni?
Sebab alumni ni saya kurang sikit sebab saya
Okay.
apa ni tak ada pengalaman lagi jadi alumni. Tapi pengalaman saya jadi alumni time diploma dulu. Uh, kita ni lah, kita perlu memberi pendedahan lah kepada junior-junior, terutamanya mereka yang baru apa ni nak masuk menjejaki dunia universiti. Kita perlu ni lah memberi pendedahan kepada mereka tentang apa ni kebaikan kita punya apa ni bekas universiti yang kita pernah belajar dulu, yang apa ni kita cerita pengalaman yang apa ni yang patutnya ni lah dijadikan sebagai pengajaran kepada mereka. Dan apa ya, itu je kot saya rasa.
Okay. Maybe Miss Atika or just anyone has any points to say?
Doktor, okay, saya nak tambah sikit. I see that Malaysia, okay, kita punya country kan, if we look at the agriculture aspect, okay, pertanian, okay, sebenarnya kita boleh menjana duit yang banyak. Dan banyak peluang pekerjaan di sektor pertanian, okay, agriculture, agro makanan dan sebagainya. Tetapi kita kurang didedahkan dengan benda ni lah, okay. Some of alumni, okay, yang dah ada company, okay, ataupun yang bekerja dalam bidang-bidang ni, macam sekarang ni penanaman nanas, penanaman jagung dan sebagainya, boleh mendatangkan big return lah to the country, okay. Tapi kita tak nampak benda tu sebab yelah kita macam kalau in the social sciences, okay, in macam field yang berbeza, kita tak nampak this aspect lah, okay. So maybe we can have a try macam dalam industri makanan, okay, frozen food, some of this food we can export to the other countries, ya. So macam kita boleh perluaskan lagi benda tu, tapi perlukan macam ni lah, kalau ada alumni kena bagi sharing, okay, go back, okay, maksudnya dia turun padang balik lah. So salah satu tanggungjawab university and educational institution mesti keep on track ataupun track back this alumni, okay. Jangan sampai macam tak ada keep in touch, mesti tengok datuk mana kan. Sebenarnya banyak yang ni, cuma kita tak nampak di media, kita tak didedahkan, okay. Usahawan kelapa sawit beribu-ribu juta ringgit yang dapat kan, tapi kita tak nampak apa teknik marketing dia, okay, di mana dia invest, how they control, okay, pest control dan sebagainya kan. So banyak benda yang kita, sebab Malaysia ni kita adalah salah satu negara yang macam kita punya sumber alam tu banyak juga, getah, kelapa sawit, macam-macam penanaman lah. Jadi kita boleh try, okay, kita punya graduan ataupun student kita untuk cubalah, okay, apa-apalah penanaman hidroponik ke apa benda kan. So macam tu kita panggil in lifelong skill, dan tu boleh jadi sumber makanan, ya. Macam pandemik ni kan, yang paling penting pun makanan kan. Jadi kita boleh, tapi kita boleh usahakan ke arah yang macam tu lah. Tapi saya bukan orang bidang ekonomi, keusahawanan, so saya tak reti nak cakap. Tapi itu yang saya nampak lah. Sorry lah kalau tak sampai maksud tu.
No, I think maybe I can rumuskan sedikit what you're trying to say. We are encouraging the alumni untuk share knowledge mereka, and at the same time kita minta mereka invest in our local agricultural business, and kita encourage this with the current graduates. Betul tak kalau saya faham what Cik Farhana is trying to tell? Instead of we until to this point kita hanya bercakap mengenai working in a MNC, working in a industry, tapi kita tak bercakap langsung mengenai local businesses, menggunakan sumber tempatan kita. And very little people, very less people yang bergelar alumni tetapi get themselves into this kind of businesses. So kalau kita boleh keep track and dapatkan knowledge daripada mereka, minta mereka share knowledge dengan graduan kita, it will give them a point of another point of view to mencebur diri dalam that kind of bidang. Am I right? Like
Yes.
conclusion? Okay, so
Satu lagi bila saya tengok kan macam like me I'm living in Penang, so sorry lah I'm not being racist or what lah, but we can see that Chinese, their business perspective and prospect are very far advanced, so good. Okay, macam kadang kita tengok kan macam apek tua tu kan, sometimes they don't go to universities, but dia orang ada banyak aset, okay, ada business yang berjuta-juta kan, macam hotel. So how maybe about the mindset or I don't know family background ataupun apa, tapi they can survive. So macam kalau kerajaan tak peduli kat dia orang pun macam dia orang tak kisah sebab dia ada business. Okay, cuba bayangkan satu hari kalau Chinese New Year, 2 hari cukup. You tutup, semua kedai akan tutup. Kedai motor, kedai tayar, kedai plastik. Ya, semua kedai lah, semua akan tutup. Dan kita pun yang kita bukan Chinese ni, kita macam alamak kedai ni tutup, kedai saja yang ada lagi. Okay, so macam kita perlu mungkin perlu ada sharing jugalah. Okay, how they manage to survive and macam sebab business dia orang maju, okay, macam kita top leaders semua pun from the Chinese kan, so macam mana dia orang punya pemikiran ataupun saya tak tahu lah apa yang dia orang punya moto hidup tu yang boleh menyebabkan dia orang maju macam tu. Macam tauke durian pun, okay, kita nampak orang Melayu jual durian tepi jalan, tapi tauke dia yang betul-betul ada tanah, ada pokok apa semua tu adalah orang Cina. Dia punya baja, bakar durian dan sebagainya tu dipelopori oleh mereka. Tapi kita tak nampak, okay? Kita tak tahu siapa. Macam ekonomi gig ni lah, kita tak tahu siapa owner dia. Yang kita nampak, yang ni orang tempatan promote lah jual durian kat bawah ni. So kita nak banyak great mind like yang di apa tu lah, macam tu.
Okay, like this is a bit more sensitive. Tapi what I can say is it's not about the race. It's about mindset, hard work, and creativity in thinking out of box. Tapi mungkin everyone can do it. It's not about this race could do or that race could do. It's just a matter of like you take the extra step to do it. Good. So I mean let's just like conclude it in such way. Okay, let's anyone have any other points to say before we move to the last one?
I have something to top up.
Yes, Miss Jia.
Echo back to what we mentioned by Farhana just now on the alumni actually can help to share the latest technologies back to the university, back to the juniors. Suddenly I comes to mind that actually the alumni can also be the influencer, like a public image of the university itself, and then the university can use them to be a public image to promote the university, to promote the enrollments to the university itself. And then other than that, what else? Just flashing on my mind and then it's gone. Never mind, just proceed.
It's okay. You can always just chip in when it comes back to your mind. Okay, let's move on to the this last topic. This is a pretty interesting topic because a lot of persons coming into this, kepimpinan dan kesukarelaan. Kalau kita lihat di sekolah, macam when we are in the secondary school, perhaps only the persatuan like pengakap lah, pandaputri lah, those are the kind of thing that teach you on this kepimpinan dan kesukarelaan. Then when you go into pengajian tinggi, all of a sudden kepimpinan dan kesukarelaan is one topic by itself. You need to have that in you, otherwise you are not part of a university, or you can't move along with the trend. It has become such important. Tapi it has its merit, its validity, why it becomes like that. Because bila you go to industry or working environment, you start with whatever qualification you have, whatever knowledge you learned, whatever skills that you have, but eventually you're going to end up becoming a manager or a boss, or you're going to have a few couple of people under you, and the sifat kepimpinan here has to come in. That towards to the end, that is something that it has to be macam dipupuk sekarang itself lah. So my question here to the floor, berapa beratnya, how important this thing is looked into by the universities when they are grooming the students, the graduates into the environment and the working environment? Let's just like, I'm opening the floor again to everyone.
Okay, kalau saya, kepimpinan tu sendiri bila kita nampak dalam education, even dalam kelas ke, do the group assignment, everything, benda tu sebenarnya dah diterapkan. Cuma sometimes student tak nampak. Okay, grouping, buat group assignment. So dia tak nampak that group assignment, you have to have a leader. You have to ada orang yang bagi arahan you do this, you do that, kan? So sometimes benda-benda macam ni kita kena jelaskan kepada pelajar. You belajar walaupun in class macam you dapat ilmu dalam kelas everything, tapi soft skill yang you dapat tu secara sampingan tu sebenarnya ada. Kena bagi tahu sebenarnya, because sometimes bila kita tak explain ataupun kita tak cakap, kita just andaikan diorang tahu, benda ni pelajar tak terdedah. Dia tak kata, oh aku sebenarnya jadi group leader ni sebenarnya nak apa? Build up the as kepimpinan dalam diri dia kan. So benda-benda macam ni, yes, the leadership. So sometimes kita kena ada orang kata apa, cakap what is soft skill tersebut. Sometimes diorang sendiri pelajar, seriously saya pernah jumpa, because I'm a counsellor, so when I ask my students, some of them I cakap, apa itu soft skill? Apa soft skill? What the difference soft skill and hard skill? Diorang cakap soft skill tu lembut lah miss. Hard skill tu yang keras. So dia buat lawyer buruk because they don't know what is soft skill.
That's true.
So that's why we have to tell them, bagi tahu, educate them apa itu soft skill sebenarnya. Kepimpinan ni is a soft skill actually. You have to know when you want to be leader, apa you punya orang kata apa, personality ataupun you punya trait as a leader tu kena ada. When you bila you jadi orang bawahan, so macam mana you nak jadi orang bawahan? Sometimes bila in one group you have two leaders, susah nak ikut, betul tak? So kita kena tengok, sometimes you be the leader, sometimes you jadi the follower. So you have to flexible. You nak bila you follower, you have to know you punya part as a follower. When you are leader, you have to know your part as a leader. So benda-benda macam ni, maybe we think is remeh lah, soft skill, everybody know teamwork, everything macam tu. But sometimes they don't know in depth about the soft skill tu. Benda tu sebenarnya apa yang kita nak gilap sebenarnya. So dekat sini saya cakap, sebab because I'm in the student affairs, so sometimes memang saya kena ada aktiviti yang bagi pendedahan kepada pelajar, what is soft skill, apa hard skill sebenarnya yang you study. You ambil bidang macam tadi dia kata bidang yang dia study as a doctor. So doctor is a hard skill. But what type of soft skill you have to know, ada dalam doktor. So sometimes you tengok personality doktor, okay, yes, no, yes, you know, dia punya soft skill tu apa yang dia perlu ada, macam mana how to treat the pesakit dia, everything kan, benda-benda tu kita tak nampak sebenarnya. So selain daripada kita bagi pendedahan hard skill tu, soft skill macam kepimpinan semua ni kita kena jelaskan kepada pelajar. This is important to you to know.
Yeah, actually that's pretty true. Macam I use back the same example that Miss Ina used, the doctor. Untuk dia, hard skill dia is medicines, treating people. Tapi soft skill dia is maybe leadership. Leadership might be just a soft skill for him. Tak sama dengan those who is maybe an administrator, a pegawai tadbir, or you know a leader. Untuk dia, hard skill dia is pentadbiran, is management. Soft skill dia somewhere else. We have no idea what it is. So it is a very subjective thing. Tapi kita kena tahu exactly what need to be our hard skill and what need to be the soft skill untuk whichever position we are at the moment. Yeah, that's a good point that have been brought up. Siapa lagi? Anyone else?
Okay, I have another tips for these leaderships and volunteer skills. Being SRC members in my past 2 years. So I would think that if you want to learn about leadership's role or volunteers roles, volunteer skills, soft skills, you're not necessary to be the leaders at that moment, or you're not necessary to join in any of the NGOs, but as long as you have the will to do it and you, how I can bring these ideas. For example, like you want to learn about leadership skills. Is it necessary for you to be a program director at the moment just to learn about leadership skills? The main thing is the concept that people perceive leaderships here is a little bit different. It's not meant to have great powers over the organizations that make you a leader, but instead you have the soft skills in it, where you know how to be a team players in a teams, you know how to manage the projects effectively, how to resolve the conflicts and sort of things. These are not just the skills that you needed when you be a leaders, but instead you actually practice this almost daily.
True,
And for the volunteers part, being a YSS, Yayasan Sukarelawan Siswa, so under the MOHEs, I would say this totally depends on your social cause. What things that you concern the most that happenings around in your communities, then the social cause that you're acting out is what we call it a volunteer's actions. Your action itself that make it a volunteer spirit.
That's true. Yeah, what you do is what determines that the term, the definition untuk what we call volunteerism. Yeah. Boleh saya dengar daripada Miss Fang? That's going to be another interesting pendapat from her side.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the moderator. In fact, to me, I would say that leadership nowadays is not just about you leading and who is following. Leadership itself is also meant that you leader itself, you have to be part of the whole process. All right. It's not just about telling people you should do this, you should do that, but you yourself are not part of the whole process, the execution process. I think if you are not part of the execution process, then it will be very difficult for you to understand what is the challenges that happens with your followers. All right, this applies to what do you call that? To my experience as a lecturer. All right, sometimes you will get a very bossy, a bossy leaders will only tell you you have to do this. I don't care how you do it, but I want the outcome. But nowadays we talk a lot on collaborations. All right, we even as a lecturers, I even collaborate with my students on how to, it's not just about last time in universities, a lecturer is like a saint on the stage, right? But right now, our education system will need to reform in such a way that you being a lecturer as a role model to the students, but you yourself will have to learn how to collaborate and interact effectively with the students. It's not just about feeding them with knowledge, but we have to learn how to engage with the students. All right, because a lot of the time students will have the kind of fear, in engaging or approaching the lecturer, because they think that we cannot ask we cannot ask too much, all right, or we think that, or the students think that if I ask too much, the lecturer might not respond, or it will have a bad impressions towards them. So, but in private universities, we are being trained to have that kind of collaborations effort between the lecturers and the students. So I think the lecturer itself, we should learn how to be more engaging, and at the same time we learn how to collaborate. It's not just about telling the students this is what you should do.
5 o'clock baru.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be long or it's going to be punctual? Just hold on. I'm going to close the session. Okay, Miss Maya, that's a good one. Okay, I need to cut short the whole thing here because we are going to do the closing. Perhaps one last wrap up from our wakil daripada KBS, Mr. Faiz, Cik Faiz. And we need to close the session because kita ada the next participating event. So maybe a minute say from Cik Faiz.
I think all the points has already been touched in terms of leadership and also volunteerism, and I think we are all doing our very best to in universities, in in other agencies has promoted on how to become a good leader, on how to involve in more volunteerism activity in Malaysia. And there's a saying that I always remember. One of my lecturers says to me a few years back, before you learn how to lead, you need to learn how to follow. So I think
that's right.
That is a good a good saying that you need to hold on to, because you cannot simply become a leader if, let's say, you cannot you cannot you don't learn how to follow. So
betul, like I can put it in like siapa-siapa pun boleh jadi boss, but not
Yes,
everyone can be the leader.
Yes, correct.
True.
I think that is all for me. Thank you.
All right. Okay, I have to correct everybody. I'm not a doctor here. Just call me Miss Duga. That will be fine. At the end of the session, I'm telling you.
I'm just following everybody because they're all calling you doctor.
This is called herd community now. Okay, anyway, so I need to I would love to hear more on all of these topics, but unfortunately we are running out of time and you guys have to go into the next or the last event for today. But nevertheless, it was a super great session. I personally have learned a lot of things from this session. So I hope that input-input yang kita terima daripada session ni is documented and can be used to upgrade kita punya sistem pembelajaran supaya graduan kita lebih prepared to enter the working environment. Thanks to everyone who participated, and I would like to end this session now. Once again, all the great things comes from the God, and all the least unexpected hiccups comes from me and the team, and we would like to apologize if there is any. Thank you once again and have a nice day all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you all.
Bye.
So we need to change back.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
I rasa you need to go into there's another link kan? Back to the day one. Yeah, I think you need to go back to the day one Maya A link, not this one. You have to change to another link.
Okay.
The
Thank
main
you.
hall, yeah. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye all.
Bye.